From the other side of the Footlights, here is WHRO FM critic M.D. Ridge.
The September 19th Virginia Symphony Concert at Chrysler Hall began with the announcement that conductor Joanne Falletta would celebrate her 25th year with the VSO in February 2016. And earlier that day, the pilot reported that Falletta had signed a new 5-year contract. So it was fitting that Falletta was seated on stage as resident conductor Benjamin Rouse led a spirited performance of Grammy-winning composer Joan Tower's energetic Fanfare for the Uncommon Woman. Of the 5 versions dedicated to women who are adventurous and take risks, Tower, a conductor herself, dedicated the 4th version to Falletta. Falletta then took the podium for a rousing, evocative performance of Samuel Barber's Overture to the School for Scandal. As rich with humor as Sheridan's Comedy of Manners, the overture opened with a blast of dissonance, then quick light phrases developed into soaring melodies. The oboe theme, later reprised by English horn, was achingly lovely. Quick, playfully busy phrases were like the tattling tongues of the play's gossips. It was Barber's first work for orchestra, written in 1931 when he was still a student. It wasn't performed for another 2 years, but by the 1950s it was practically a staple. It often takes a long time to become an overnight success. Former child prodigy Sarah Chang has matured into an exciting performer with both emotional intensity and technical proficiency. She chose to perform Leonard Bernstein's West Side Story Suite for violin and orchestra, arranged for her by Hollywood composer David Lewis Newman, one of the prolific dynasty of Hollywood composers. David Newman is the son of Alfred, brother of Thomas, nephew of Lionel, and cousin of Randy. He has composed music for more than 100 feature films himself, which may be the problem. In a film score, it's easy to solo out an instrument, but although Falletta was working consistent miracles, creating the orchestral equivalent of holes for the violin to sing through, at times Chang's lovely singing tone was hard to hear, even though her bow hairs were flying. Chang also has an odd habit of doing a near backbend in moments of passionate playing, which not only looks rather startling, but projects the instrument's sound upward into the rafters. The ardent Maria featured dazzling proficiency, of course, and the tender love duets I Have a Dream and There's a Place for Us were played with beauty and simplicity. The percussion section was spot on for the intricate rhythms of mambo, leading to a big finish that had the orchestra players tapping their bows happily. Chang returned with Sigan, a rhapsody for violin and orchestra by Maurice Ravel. Its gypsy melodies and rhythms showcased Chang's mastery of its demands. Its opening solo cadenza had a haunting voix humaine quality that she wisely didn't overdo. The orchestra was equal to her fiery technical display, coming in like musical rain at one point, as subtly gorgeous as a Renoir painting. Chang was undaunted by Ravel's challenges, ranging up to impossibly high notes and down to impossibly low ones, ratcheting up the speed with finesse and crouching intensity, dancing on the precipice right up to the end. There was no solo encore. The second half of the program was a Symphony No. 2 in D major by Brahms. The pastoral beginning of the first movement uses the melody of Brahms' Wiegenlied, which we know as his lullaby, developing into power punctuated by lightness, boldness alternating with tenderness. The audience broke into applause at the end of the movement. In the Adagio movement, Falletta was intense, the strength of her baton calling up intensity like the wind whipping up waves, ending peacefully like the end of a storm. The dancing motif of the third movement had a folk tune quality, light and scurrying like leaves in the wind. The final Allegro con spirito movement was both grand and tuneful, not to mention a workout for the timpanist. Falletta tied all its grand statements and vigor together, moving forward to its triumphant end. Bravo, Maestra. We look forward with great pleasure to 5 more years. From the other side of the Footlights, I'm M.D. Ridge.